You made reference to civil penalties. People may not be aware we already have a Racial and Religious Vilification Act at the federal level. Section 18C of that act has proven to be quite contentious. Andrew Bolt, a journalist, was prosecuted under that, as have some Christian pastors been prosecuted under that. But as you mentioned, this was a civil case. The penalties, if you were to lose in court there, were civil. This is a dramatic escalation to make this criminal. Now, this does a couple of key things, Senator. It not only does it mean that the penalties are harsher, including up to 5 years of prison, but it allows the state to bring a prosecution even if there is no aggrieved party. In a civil case, there has to be an individual stands up and says, I'm the one who was aggrieved. In this case, now that it's criminal, the state can actually bring a prosecution without there being a single complainant. And the threshold, as you mentioned, I want to dive deeper into this. The threshold in Section 5 of this legislation is to fear harassment. If the judge believes that a reasonable person, and that, to be clear, is a fictional construct in the judge's mind, there doesn't have to be an actual person in the courtroom saying, Your Honor, this is how I felt. If the judge believes that a reasonable person within that group might fear harassment, whatever that means, whatever that bar is, then at that point, an offence has been committed. One last thing before I throw it back to you, Senator. In that same section, we see that strict liability applies. I've done a video on this specially that would have come out yesterday. Strict liability means that you don't have to prove intent. You don't have to prove that someone meant to do it. It's used for things like speeding. If you're caught speeding and you say, oh, well, I didn't know, well, that's not a defence because strict liability applies. Yeah.